Alright, this week we got TCL cars, the 70's pack on Bridgehampton. Super fun track, super fun cars. They all drive a little bit different though. So this week I'm going to really focus on trying to get the line down, and then you're going to have to kind of adapt to whatever car you're driving. Braking points are going to be a little bit different. How hard you can really send it into the turns are going to be a little bit different. So just take what's being said with a grain of salt and then kind of adapt to whatever car you choose, whatever car you're most comfortable with, because they all do drive a little bit different, like I said. And then we're going to move on from there. So as with last week, just change the final gear ratio for the BMW. This is what I'm going to be driving for the demo. Just max it out just for the straight line speed. As with last week, let's start with getting out of the pits, which is really just focus on getting a relative. Get out of the pit and then stay to the right again because the racing line's on the left. So we're getting up to speed. You might get past if you're on hot laps or whatever, if you come out of the pits during a race. And then we can still stay, and then at this point we need to be racing, and then be ready to be just full-on racing. So now I will cut to the first turn. So coming across the start-finish line, we're going to be on the left side, because the exit for the last turn, which we'll get into later, is going to put us out on this side. We're going to just be full gas, whole way to this Bridgehampton sign, and the cone on the left, which is going to be a common theme throughout this whole video, is cones. So at the cone on the left, give it a bit of a lift, a bit of a brakes, whatever we need to do, a bit of gas to hit that cone on our right and to keep this car stable as much as we can. Come out wide of this one, again, as much as we can to keep this car stable and on the gas through that apex on that turn on our left, and then go as wide as we can, as much gas as we can, as early as possible. And then through here, I've found that this road kind of kinks in a little bit right around here. This is my braking point for this turn coming up. And I start turning in on the cone on the left. Cut this as hard as I can for the apex here. Slowing down as much as I can without spinning. And then going out wide again for the cone on the left. And then powering out again, because this is just... exit speed is super important on this track. So we're just powering as much as we can. That turn is also really easy. You just go out on the sand, then we're kind of doomed. Right around here is the braking point, just before this white line in front of me for this turn. It's really easy to blow past this, and then you're pretty in a rough spot. It's really easy to lock up your brakes on this turn as well, so we want to be focusing on not locking up. Hit this cone on the right, and then dive into the turn, and we're going to hit this cone for the apex again. Cones, cones, cones. And then fall out to the outside of the turn, using the whole apron, or the rough part of the track really. And then we'll be shifting up into third, and then we'll hit the cone on our right, downshift into second because we're about to go up the hill. Power through, hitting somewhere in this zone of the cones over here, diving into the cone on our left, back to the cone on our right, throttle the whole time. Staying wide right, we're actually going to ignore the cone on our left. There's no need to go touch that one. And then we're still on throttle. You might have to give a bit of a lift, but from that cone on our right to the cone on our left, we can be on throttle for most cars, and then hard brakes once this rumble strip on our left happens. So essentially right when this rumble strip on our right happens, we're going to have to be on the brakes, and you really want to brake in a straight line with these cars or else they're going to spin. So brakes, 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 and then again, cone to cone, we're going to do another turn, using the whole rumble strip if we really need to. Out to here. Don't get into the sand or it'll really screw up your lap. And then braking just before the cone. It just gives us a little bit more stability. Again, braking a straight line and then tapering off for the turn. Stay mid to outside for this turn. And then right when we hit this cone on our left, we're going to dive again. And we're going to focus on really hitting this cone so that we can straighten out this exit and get as much speed as possible. And we're going to carry all that speed as much as possible. And this is where it's going to get real scary, because when we're going to get here, we're not going to lift. We're going to go from this cone on our left to the cone on our right, not lifting, no matter what car you're driving, not lifting. And then we're going to brake when the grass on our right starts. Whatever braking points you need, you might be able to push that a little bit depending on your car, but the grass on our right's a good braking point. And then slow down for that cone on our left, And then again, power hard for the cone to the right, cone to the left, and then power out as much, carrying as much speed as possible with this straight, which carries us to the start finish line, which should hopefully get us a lap right around the 150 mark. 150 to 155 is probably going to be where a lot of people are. I'm going to include a lap of a 151.38 in the BMW. I've also had a lap of 151 in the Porsche. So yeah, it's very fun track. It's very easy to spin these cars under braking, so you've got to be careful. And again, they all drive a little bit different, so really try all different ones and figure out which one you like best. And yeah, hope to see you out there on Sunday.